Hey everyone, Parallel here, welcome to Star Trek Online. Great news! Sompek Lightning has been buffed! That's right, today is patch day, and Cryptic has decided to buff the event reward from the Arena of Sompek event. The kit module known as Sompek Lightning has been buffed, and I want to check it out. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Arena of Sompek event ended last week, and there was, let's just say, a little bit of disappointment in the community, as the reward from the event, which is a ground kit module called Sompek Lightning, was woefully underperforming. In fact, I just did a kit video last week, right as the event was ending, and I covered the kit module in question, Sompek Lightning. And I also came to the same conclusion that it was rather underwhelming. But now that it is buffed, I thought it was only fair to create a follow-up video here and see if it is actually worth it now. Before I jump in and test this thing out in combat, I thought I would quickly read through what the changes are here. And I'll go ahead and pull it up so you can all see the module that I'm referring to. It is right here. Sompek Lightning. Now, according to the patch notes, they have increased base damage and damage over time, 50% shield bypass, chance to apply hold and dot has been increased to 50%. That's actually pretty good. And added a tricorder animation when using the power. That I'm actually curious about, because in my review last week, yes, the damage was very underwhelming, and the cooldown time was very long. But the only good thing about it was that it had an almost instantaneous animation. I'm actually curious to see if this new animation has some animation lock to it, which would factor into my review. Alright, but those do sound like some hefty buffs. Looking at the damage now, as I mouse over it here, it is saying it will do 584.7 electrical damage. And it has the knockback, it has the hold. And oh yes, since the last video, you will also notice down there, one of the procs I have there is the plus 100 kit performance. That is actually from the trait, because I just recently finished rank 15 in the kits and modules research and development school, which means I have unlocked the trait known as, where is it, right here, Technophile. So there's that proc, so plus 100 kit performance. Seems like a pretty decent ground trait, honestly. Kit performance is a very good skill to have on the ground. So let me go ahead and quickly just show you my kit performance. So it's 233 right now. So that means when that procs will go up to 333, pretty significant buff. I'm curious to see how that will affect the damage as well. But I'm very curious, so let's head out into Kobali Prime and test this out. See if it is actually now worth it. If it has a fast animation and really good damage, that might justify the longer cooldown time. But we'll see. Hopefully it's better. I do have some high hopes. Let's go ahead and head out here now. There were a couple other things that started today as well. A new event, and they brought back the Phoenix lockboxes. So after I do the test here, I do want to quickly just cover those, just so everyone is aware, because those are two pretty important things. And I do want to discuss them and talk a little bit about, I will be making some videos too, this coming up on those topics. So, but first, let's go ahead and proceed with the test here. Oh, let me get my teammates on passive. Hey teammates, where'd you go? I have no idea where my teammates are. But that's okay. Are they stuck? Like, where the heck are they? I wonder if they didn't come through the teleporter pad with me. Okay, so first, let's test out unbuffed damage. I'll go ahead and use my tribble here. Let's go ahead and test out unbuffed damage on just regular enemies here, Vodwar. Ooh, much better. One-shot them. Critting for the 700 and 800s, not bad at all. Still has the very long cooldown time. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys here. So that is a definite improvement. Very, very significant improvement there. Let's do it one more time. Unbuffed. Oh, someone's else here. Well, that will cause a problem with the test. Let me go over to a more uncrowded channel here, and maybe this will even spawn in my... yes, it does. Okay, it spawns in my 2 friends here who can heal me up and makes it a little easier to do the test. So let's go ahead and put them in passive mode. All right, one more test, unbuffed, and then we'll do a fully buffed test, and then try a shielded target as well. 917, 708. Very, very significantly better damage than last time. Even with a crit, I don't even think it was taking out normal enemies. Alright, so... now that we've tested that out... hey, where's this group? Is there someone here again? I have to admit, I'm quite surprised. Kobali Prime is not... okay, this guy is here. And this group is here as well. Okay, one more unbuffed test as soon as this is back up. And this group here, see if it hits all 4 of them. And we will see how this goes. A few more seconds here while it's refreshing. Alright, here it goes. Let's see if it hits all 4 and see what it does. Man, it's getting a lot of crits. My ground crit rate's not that stupendous, where 4 targets would be all critting. But that is, okay, very, very significant damage buff there. Let's try it one more time on a hardened target, and this time I'm going to buff up to the max here. I'll use all of my ground buffs, and as well as use my target optics, which will also decrease his resistances with my duty officer effect on there. And we will do all of that and see what kind of damage it will do. Uh-oh.
Enemy target on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Let's go ahead and take these guys out. I don't want them interfering with my test. And you. I had a feeling they were going to spawn in. But the refresh is up. Let's just wait for motion accelerator to come back, so it's also part of my damage buff. All right, here we go. Let's do this, and then go. Wow, 1200, look at that, almost one shot. That is very significantly better than the previous performance of this kit module. Much, much better. So now it feels a lot more like a poor man's orbital strike, right? It feels a lot better. The animation's still pretty fast. I think the only major downside of it now is just the long cooldown. It's much longer than like a grenade cooldown. So yeah, you got to take that into account. But the animation's still fast. There's not much lag from when you... oops, I did not mean to reactivate those. But there's not much lag from when you actually, you know, click the button to when it goes off. So it's quite quick. Alright, so we'll do one more test here. Now, last time I tested this, I believe the radius would not hit both of these, right? So if I targeted the commando, it did not hit the scout. I'm sure that's probably still the case. Now, I am curious to see, I've been killing the targets so fast, I haven't noticed if the hold is going off. There was a little particle effect, I recall, little lightning around the enemy when that hold effect procced. And now that it is a 50% chance, that should be happen quite a bit of the time. Even if you don't kill the target, that's a pretty good chance of a crowd control. Alright, here we go. It'll be every buff this time except for my tactical team, which is down. Nice. So 870, and then what was it? Almost like 366, I think, on the shield? Pretty significant damage in an AoE. Whoops. Did not mean to aggro all of them, but so there it is. Much, much better, guys. The damage was very significantly improved. And, I mean, what can I say? I mean, all around, pretty solid module now. The only downside you got to factor in is the long cooldown time. Fast animation, excellent damage, but long cooldown time. So it's more of like I would use it more if you're looking for a high burst to take out a group of targets as opposed to DPS over time. If you're looking for damage over time, you know, you'd be better off with like a grenade or something with a much shorter cooldown time. Just for funsies, let's do one more of this whole group. Yeah, it's hitting for like 12 to 1500 now for crits. It's critting like crazy. Have I seen a non-crit on this thing yet? Yeah, so hey, Cryptic, kudos. Very solid upgrade to the Sompek Lightning. I think that makes doing the event a little bit more rewarding. So, guys, I have to say, I went from a pretty lackluster kit module to, I would say, you know, worth it for some situations. Like I said, for if you're looking for a high burst ability and you don't mind the long cooldown time, or you have, you know, lots of cooldown reductions and whatnot, I would say it's pretty solid ability. All right, I'm going to go ahead and beam up, and just quickly wanted to mention a few other things that... Sorry, I just knocked the mic. Hopefully that didn't make a sound. But I did want to mention a few other things that were released along with this patch. So we've got an event going on right now. Cryptic has brought back the Breach. Into the Breach, Q is not... Whoops, let me bring up the Q here, not my DOFs. I always do that. But where are you? The Breach event is back. And it sounds like Cryptic has made some improvements to this Q. Now, if you are curious, I did a video covering this event last time it came around. So you're certainly welcome to check that out. But this time around, there have been some changes. In fact, let me just quickly quote Cryptic here from the blog. They say, regarding this queue, the actual running the queue itself, they have, quote, "We have also addressed some quality of life issues, implemented a better path communication, and objective adjustments with an eye towards faster completion time." And I have to say, I ran this once today, and that is actually quite true. They significantly shortened up the path you have to take. It's particularly once you get inside of the ship, if you're familiar with the queue. Once you get inside the ship, it's a completely different path, and it's definitely much shorter. There used to be 3 large rooms you had to work your way through, rescue some ships. You had to fight like a Voth, I don't know if it was a city ship or Citadel ship. You had to fight that, and then you went to a room with the 3 reactors. It's now with the new pathing, you just go right to the room with the 3 reactors, and that's it. So once you enter you still have to do the trench run, and then you enter the ship, but it's only 1 room inside the ship, and then you go to the final reactor room with the 1 large reactor, and then you make your way out. So I have to say, it is much more smooth around this time, and much more smoothed out, I should say. So it is actually very nice. That will significantly reduce the grind in this event. And I have to say again, kudos to Cryptic. I really like that they've streamlined these events to make them a little bit less grindy. Unfortunately, this is your typical event. I believe it does require 14 marks. Yeah, it still does require 14 marks, so that's still 14 runs. But at least each run now will be significantly shorter. So very good, Cryptic. Kudos. I love it when you're improving all of these older queues. All I could say is please keep it up. What I could say, Just to give you a little hint, Cryptic, next time the Mirror Universe event comes around, please do something about the timer. Oh my god, that the Mirror Universe queue is so painful with its forced time gates. So, Cryptic, just a little hint, just a friendly hint, please improve the Mirror Universe event next time it comes around. It would be greatly appreciated, and thank you so much for improving the breach. It was much better. And in fact, I like it so much better now. With the new improved lighting system and everything, I thought the new map looks great. So I'm going to do a whole video on that this weekend, for sure. Just to check out. I want to run it a few times just to make sure I'm completely familiar with it. Maybe give a few tips when I actually create the video. And but yeah, I just ran it once, and just first impressions were it was very much improved. It looks fantastic with the new lighting. So big thumbs up on the breach event. And so what else? What else could have happened in this patch? Well, there's one other thing that was also a surprise, and that is the Phoenix Lockbox is back. The Phoenix Lockbox is back so quickly. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought for sure this was going to be maybe a once a year annual type event, or maybe once every 6 months, because I think it happened during the winter event. And then I thought it would happen again maybe during the summer event, so maybe like every 6 months. But no, it's already here again. You know, with this type of a cadence, we'd be looking at maybe even like a quarterly type return, which would be fantastic. But here it is, the Phoenix Prize Packs. This is, of course, a massive dill sink. I would say if you want to see all the details on the Phoenix Prize Pack, I've also done a video on this when it first came out. And this time it largely looks to be pretty much the same thing. But I just want to make sure everyone was aware. It's only out for a very short time. And if you have the dill to spend, this is a very good way to do it. These Phoenix Prize Packs, one of the things you can get as your consolation prize from these is a sort of a universal tech upgrade. Do I have any left? I don't think I have any of this character, but with the uncommon rewards, one of the choices you get is a Phoenix tech upgrade. They are fantastic. In fact, if you actually calculate the amount of dilithium you use compared to the tech points that the Phoenix tech upgrades give, it's almost a wash. So really, yes, you have to spend a lot of dilithium to get these Phoenix prize packs, but if you actually use them for upgrading your gear, then that's dilithium well spent, and you will save that on the back end when you upgrade all your gear. And there was just recently an upgrade weekend, and I have to tell you guys firsthand, these Phoenix prize packs, or those Phoenix tech upgrades, were awesome during the tech upgrade weekend event. You can see here I worked on getting all of these corrosive plasmas up to gold status, and that was a very large part thanks to the Phoenix tech upgrades. So all I can say is, guys, buy these as much as you can. Don't worry about sinking all your dilithium into it, especially if you're going to be upgrading your gear. It is well worth the investment. Plus, you have a chance of getting lucky. I was actually looking at the rewards this time around. They unfortunately don't look any different. I was hoping they would include a few more of the more recent events in there. Like, I'm thinking of the what was that Admiralty ship? I think it was the USS Stadi, which is I think it was like a Mirror Universe Galaxy X. That was in one of the recent events, and that would have been fantastic to have added to the Phoenix prize pack. So it's a little bit disappointing that they haven't refreshed it, but again, coming out so soon is a definite bonus. So I still think it's well worth it. You can also get ultra rare and epic. If you happen to get very, very lucky, they are a very rare chance, but you can get some ships there. You get tier 5 ships unlocks that used to be quite rare ships. You can get any of the previous tier 6 ships from events at the epic quality. And even at the very rare quality, you get red matter capacitor. There's all kinds of good stuff. So like I said, check out my video on the Phoenix prize pack. This one looks to be pretty much the same, so that video should still be accurate. My recommendation today is just buy them. Buy lots of them. They are a very good investment, particularly if you are still looking to upgrade your gear. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, let's pull up the calendar here. I believe there is, yeah. Item upgrade weekend is coming up in a couple of weeks. So stock up on those tech upgrades and you will be all set. Yep, 2 weeks from now, you'll be all set for that upgrade weekend. And yeah, all I can say is this is awesome. Lots of good things came out today. Surprise event, surprise Phoenix prize pack, and a surprise buff for the Sompek Lightning. All good things around. So let me just close by saying there is something I want to mention. I know I still owe you guys a build video of the new Tier 6 Vesta ships, and I'm of course flying the Romulan version here of the Tier 6 Vesta, which I absolutely love. It is a fantastic ship. Putting the battle cloak on the Vesta is like a dream come true. And I still do plan to bring those build videos to you. I did run into an issue, and I also want to mention that in this video, just in case, I don't know, if someone in Cryptic just happens to be watching, which I highly doubt, but you know, never know. If this ever does get passed around, I actually had a corrosive plasma cannon build all set for this ship. And you will actually, I did actually do a video right when this ship first came out showing off this build. There's a problem though. Very soon after I made that video, in the next patch, corrosive plasma seems to be broken right now. The proc on corrosive plasma is causing huge lag and lots of issues with hit detection on enemies. Like, it just is not registering hits. Your firing cycles are not working. So there's some huge issue going on right now with corrosive plasma. I believe it's something with the proc. It's got to be. But that is really preventing me from... I really wanted to do my first video on the Romulan version, so I kind of have been holding off because of that corrosive plasma bug. Now, I do have my Federation version, which I also have with Coalition Disruptors, Coalition Disruptor cannons for that build. So I might just go ahead with that video and do that first. I was really hoping to do the Romulan one, but unfortunately that corrosive plasma issue is holding that up. But I did just want to mention that just to give an update on that video, and also just to hopefully, you know, if Cryptic or someone is watching, please fix the corrosive plasma issue. I just invested a ton of money and dilithium into upgrading all of these corrosive plasma weapons, and now they're worthless because they cause so much lag. You can see I went back to my boring anti-proton build, which I've done a million times over, but it's still incredibly effective, but it's just not as fun. I always like to use actual plasma weaponry on my Romulan. All right, guys, so that is it. Thank you very much for watching. All good changes all around, and so it looks like a good patch. So everyone enjoy the Breach event, enjoy the Phoenix prize pack, and yep, look forward to another video this weekend. All right, that's all. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.